Part 28. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 272. Now. In Xuanhuan City. In a luxurious palace. A concubine actually dares to openly commit parricide. A young man said with an angry look on his face. She killed my fiancée, I want her life. And at the top, there was a middle-aged man sitting. The middle-aged man's aura was strong and exuded the aura of the Holy Way. Saint-level powerhouse. He is the leader of Lingzhou sect, Lin Baiquan. And the roaring young man is Lin Baiquan's son, the young master of Lingzhou sect, Lin Duxiu. I just got the news that the treasure medicine sect was actually destroyed. This made Lin Duxiu furious. Subaru from the treasure medicine sect is his fiancée. Even Lin Baiquan's face was extremely gloomy at the moment. No one in Xuanhuan City knew that the Baiyao sect was dependent on their Lingzhou sect. Now that they have been destroyed, if Lingxiu sect does not respond, they will not be able to survive in Xuanhuan City. Father, why haven't you sent someone to hunt down Subakian? Lin Duxiu couldn't help but ask. But Lin Baiquan said coldly. Judging from the news, Subakian is just a small Xuanhuan golden immortal. Why can she destroy the treasure medicine sect so easily? You must know that the treasure medicine sect still has 2 Hongmeng cultivators in charge. Hearing this, Lin Duxiu's expression changed and he said. Father, you mean, someone is helping her? Lin Baiquan said calmly. I heard that before this incident, Subaru, Subakian, and others went to the Great Northern Wilderness to search for Xuanzi-level elixir. At that time, there was a tide of beasts in the wilderness. Subaru and others got separated from Subakian. After returning from the Great Northern Wilderness, Subakian has the power to destroy a sect. Lin Duxiu suddenly started thinking. This means that she will have an adventure in the Great Northern Wilderness. His eyes lit up instantly. Lin Baiquan nodded and said. Moreover, I felt a trace of the remaining elixir aura at the scene of the destruction of the precious medicine section. It seemed to reach the heavenly level. Even he, as the leader of the Lingzhou sect, had extremely hot eyes when he mentioned the 3 words Tianzi level. You must know that Lingzhou sect is only a first-class force. Above them, there are super first-class forces, lord-level forces, and powerful forces of the Holy Way that they are not even qualified to look up to. The realm of the Holy Way is subdivided into realms such as Shenjian, Pahai, Shenzhong, Saiyao, Yushu, Pao, and so on. Above the mist, there is a terrifying realm that ordinary people have never heard of. Among them, the realm of Yushu is called powerful. Those who are in the realm of breaking the mist are called saints. Even in the era of the Holy Dao, it is a supreme existence that is rare to see in 1,000 years. As long as one appears, a clan can be promoted to the sequence of the saints. Only by having a saint-level powerhouse can one be called a first-rate force. With the C opening level, it can be called superclass. Saint-level powerful men can create their own sect, own a city, and govern an area. They are called lord-level forces. The Forya realm is a quasi-powerful force. To ordinary forces, this is already an existence in the clouds. In a small border town like Xuanhuan City, the largest force is the lord-level force, Kanglan sect. Their Lingzhou sect is just a first-rate force. In Xuanhuan City, they are attached to a super first-rate force, Keaton sect. I have sent people to inform several elders of Keaton section. I think they will be interested in Baidawang. Lin Baiquan spoke. Where is sect master Lin? At this time, an old voice sounded outside. I saw 2 old men walking in. Elder Wu, Elder Li, you are here. Lin Baiquan was immediately overjoyed and stepped forward to greet him. These 2 people are the elders of Keaton sect. Soon, Lin Baiquan told them what happened. Baidawang, haha, in the immortal era, it might be scary, but in the saint era, it is just our back garden. After listening, Elder Wu sneered directly and said. Let's go and have a look. Soon, a group of them appeared outside the great northern wilderness. They jumped right into it. The vast wilderness is vast. I don't know where Subakian escaped to. Lin Baiquan frowned. Hearing this, Elder Wu smiled slightly and suddenly took out a mouse from his sleeve. The mouse was completely black, with a protruding nose and a pair of bright mouse eyes. It sniffed the air and suddenly squeaked in a certain direction. This is the spirit-seeking rat, which can track the residual scent of the treasure medicine sect. Elder Wu sneered and said, "The smell left by the treasure medicine sect is not just as simple as heaven level, it has a unique smell. We can't lose it. Let's go." Hearing this, Lin Baiquan was shocked again. Sister is actually not just a heaven level person? How terrible. It seems that there is really a great opportunity hidden in this wilderness. They moved quickly. Not long after, the aura of the holy path in the air is getting stronger and stronger. Everyone looked extremely solemn. The closer to the front, the stronger the aura of the holy path becomes, even surpassing that of Xuanhuan city. There is probably a paradise ahead. Soon, they finally arrived at a small mountain village. Hiss. Elder Wu was suddenly shocked. He is a sea-level expert, and his spiritual sense is very powerful. At this moment, he clearly felt that the small mountain village in front of him was very extraordinary. It contains the charm of the holy way. That medicinal plant must have been brought out from here by Subakian. Immediately afterwards, Elder Wu's eyes revealed a fiery light. Keaton sect is a medicine refining sect. Very sensitive to elixirs, etc. He felt that this one was successful, completely successful. Walk into. Elderly can't wait to. Two elders, I'm afraid it's a little dangerous here. Lin Baiquan is a little cautious. Haha, it looks like the water is very deep, but think about it, even Subakian, an ordinary Doluo Jinxian, can come and go at will. What's so great about this place? Elderly spoke. He naturally felt a little bit, but greed is greater than fear. Everyone stepped forward immediately. Who are you? At this time, at the entrance of the village, a group of people with extraordinary auras suddenly appeared. Surprisingly, they are the demon commanders under Xuanhuan. Shuiji, Shanming, Tishan, etc. Nowadays, those with the worst cultivation among them are already demon kings. Shuiji and Shanming are both in the Hongmeng realm. At this moment, Shanming opened his mouth to stop him. Although they did not dare to enter the small mountain village, they had long regarded themselves as members of the village. When they saw these people, they knew they were coming with bad intentions, so of course they had to come out to stop them. Seeing them, Elder Wu and others were slightly surprised. Haha, a bunch of ants that don't even reach the Hongmeng realm. Elder Wu looked cold and said, "Disappear as far as you can." Very disdainful. Demon Lord Shanming stepped forward coldly and said, "This is not the place you should come. Leave, otherwise, die." Hearing this, Elder Wu and others were angry. An ant dares to speak to us like this? I grant you death. Elder Li stepped forward, and in an instant, the terrifying cultivation level of the sea level was released. The holy rhyme is filled with terror. This blow can obliterate any immortal creature. Even a saint-level cultivator will only die. However, Shanming remained motionless. A pitch-black broken iron pot suddenly appeared in his hand. Countless attacks came crashing down, but they were all blocked by the broken iron pot. Not a single splash appeared. Hiss. Seeing this scene, everyone was surprised instantly. Treasure of the Holy Path. Elder Wu, Elder Li, and others were even more delighted. Haha, this place is really a place of blessings. It seems that not only can you harvest unimaginable elixirs, but you can also harvest many treasures. Elder Wu laughed heartily and was extremely proud. And over there, Xueji suddenly stood up coldly, the corners of his mouth curled up slightly, revealing a cruel smile. Then, he stretched out his hand, and suddenly a dung fork appeared in his hand. The smell is very scary. He raised his hand. Throw that terrifying dung fork towards Elder Wu. At this moment, the holy path roared, and the surrounding space was trembling. In an instant, the expressions of Elder Wu and his party all changed drastically, and they were horrified. All of them felt that they were locked by death. No! Elder Wu shouted sternly. The next moment, the manure fork arrived as promised. Bang! His body was stabbed directly by the dung fork and exploded into blood mist. Several people around him were all dead. Almost completely wiped out. But, at this moment, among the pile of corpses, the soul-seeking rat suddenly writhed, picked it up, turned around, turned into a stream of light, and fled quickly. Huh? Could it be that there was a remnant soul that was lodged in the mouse's body and escaped? Shan Ming spoke in confusion. The methods of the Holy Way are indeed powerful. Everyone is talking. What are you doing here? At this time, an old voice came from the village. Many demon lords and others turned around in a hurry, and in an instant, they all had flattering smiles on their faces. Second uncle, you are here, we are here to guard the village. Tishan is like a big man of steel, but he is smiling all over his face at this moment. That's right, second master, we just discovered a few outsiders who want to enter the village and plot evil. No, we have already dealt with it. Shan Ming hurriedly explained. They all understood that the person in front of them was a truly terrifying creature. Just by stamping their feet, these demon kings might be wiped out in an instant. When Uncle Zhao heard this, he shook his head and said, "You guys, you are idle all day long, and you let Xiao Ming pick up garbage to support you, won't your conscience hurt? He hates the iron. He can't bear to see such a group of big men waiting all day long for help from Ming Tianbei." Hearing this, a group of demon kings immediately bowed their heads and did not dare to speak. Come, I'm coming, everyone. At this time, Ming Tianbei from the village was trotting all the way with a sack on his back, his face extremely excited, and he said, "Everyone, I found something to eat for you." He was holding a broken basket in his hand, carrying 7 or 8 fruits that were about to rot. When I ran closer, I realized that Uncle Zhao Er was here. Ming Tianbei suddenly felt uneasy and afraid to speak. Uncle Zhao Er looked at the basket in Ming Tianbei's hand and sighed. "Why? Throw these away. I can't stand it anymore. What kind of life are these grown men living? Xiao Ming, come with me. There is a plum tree in the uncle's yard. I will take you to pick it." The second uncle speaks. Hearing this, Ming Tianbei was instantly excited. Outside, a bunch of demon kings were even more delighted when they heard this. The second uncle has a sharp mouth but a soft heart. Good guy. And at this moment, deep in the wilderness, the thick white bones that reappeared from the bottom layer exuded an increasingly terrifying aura. A certain white skeleton was nourished by the breath of the holy way between heaven and earth, and today it suddenly stood up. The moment the white skeleton stood up, countless creatures in the wilderness were wailing in fear. A huge beast tide is coming. Countless ferocious beasts and others fled from the great northern wilderness and attacked the cities outside. Immediately afterwards, there was a huge earthquake in Xuanhuan city. The 2 elders of the Khitan sect, a super first-rate power, and the Lingxiu sect, a first-rate power, were destroyed. Died in the wilderness. Moreover, under the countless beast tides, Xuanhuan city was also impacted. There is something strange happening in the great northern wilderness. Xuanhuan city and the cities around Qingyuan prefecture are all feeling this. Xuanhuan city, Kanglan sect, in a huge palace. Squeak, squeak, squeak. A mouse is barking. It was the one that escaped from the great northern wilderness. After listening to the rat chirping for a long time, the face of a middle-aged man sitting on the front seat became extremely gloomy. This middle-aged man actually had two raised bumps on his head, as if there were two horns hidden in them, which was very strange. He seems to be a person who has not yet fully evolved. In fact, the major forces in Xuanhuan city all know that Niu Dushan, the leader of Kanglan sect, is not a human race. He is a member of the Demon Cow clan. It can easily kill the high-level cultivators, and it also involves elixirs that surpass Tianzi level. Niu Dushan murmured, "What exactly is there in the great northern wilderness?" At this time, a middle-aged man next to him stepped out and said, "Report to the city lord, there is a very evil sect in that place." Hearing this, Niu Dushan glanced at him lightly and said, "Oh, Xuanhuan, have you been to that place?" This middle-aged man is clearly Xuanhuan. He was lucky enough to survive to this day. After the Holy Dao era began, he directly dedicated Xuanhuan city to Niu Dushan. Because of this, Niu Dushan left him alone. This made Xuanhuan feel that there was finally hope in life. "Finally, I have a thought." Xuanhuan bit the bullet and said, "I've been there, but it's really dangerous inside." Niu Dushan raised his hand and said, "Very good. Now that you've been there, prepare to lead the way. I'll report it to the clan immediately, and we should set off soon." When Xuanhuan heard this, his eyes widened immediately and he said, "City Lord Niu, are you sure?" Niu Dushan said indifferently, "My clan is invincible, and it's just a vast wasteland." "What does it mean?" Soon, sects and other teams from many cities gathered outside Baidawang. At the same time, somewhere mysterious, a group of strong men in a group of light. "I'm waiting for the chi mechanism to be extremely unstable. I can deduce whether it can still be done." A strong man spoke in a low voice. So many powerful people working together. However, a wisp of white mist remained motionless. That residual picture was once filled with weirdness. They even had strong men burning the holy fire of life, but they were unable to do anything about it. "Do you want to give up? Not willing to give in? Huh? No. In the white mist, there is a wisp of cause and effect floating out. Is that northern Xinjiang?" This is what surprised the Holy Lord. Everyone was ecstatic, they were one step closer to the final coordinates. And at this moment, a small mountain village, in a small courtyard, Li Fan finally had 10 disciples. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 273. Subakian's apprenticeship was successful. She was very pleasantly surprised. She never thought that she would be able to get such a blessing. Has God finally begun to take care of poor people like me? She was happy and excited. "Thank you, Master." She gave a big gift to Li Fan. Li Fan smiled and said, "Get up, we will be a family from now on, no need to be polite." Subakian then stood up. "This is some basic knowledge of medicine. You can learn it first. If you have any questions, the teacher will answer them." Li Fan took out an ancient book and handed it to Subakian. Since the other party wants to learn medical skills, he must do it step by step. And this book is the most preliminary medical book the system has ever given me. Subakian took it respectfully. When she got the simple books, she felt a sense of desolation. It seems like this book has gone through countless years. Original medicine. There are only 2 simple large characters on the cover. Original medicine. At this moment, Subakian was immediately shocked. This. It should be known that the world's pharmacopoeia is vast and countless, but it is universally recognized that the world's pharmacopoeia is derived from a certain legendary book. Original medicine. It is said that that classic book recorded the most profound medicinal methods in the world. It was even destroyed in some ancient history because it was too contrary to heaven and was not tolerated by heaven and earth. Why is this book called Original Medicine? Could it be that this is the legendary ancestor of the world's pharmacopoeia? She opened it subconsciously. All medicines in the world come from the same source, are created by creation, and come naturally. If you know the principles of heaven and earth and understand the key of creation, the way of medicine will be clear. There are only a few sentences at the beginning. But Subakian was shocked. Such incisive discussion, such words that go straight to the core. Her hands trembled slightly. What he is holding in his hands may really be the legendary ancestor of the pharmacopoeia. Original medicine. If the outside world knew that the pharmacopoeia was actually here, it would probably cause huge waves. Even if it is a powerful person in the holy way, I am afraid they will have to fight for it. Without him, the original medicine is one of the oldest ancestral scriptures in the world, and it is very likely to involve such terrifying and big propositions as eternity, immortality, and immortality. However, the teacher just now actually said. Basic knowledge. Original medicine, the ancestor of all classics, is actually just basic knowledge in the eyes of the teacher? God, how advanced must the teacher's medical skills be? Unimaginable. After learning the things in this book, it is almost enough to treat some headaches, brain fever, and bruises for the villagers. As for some serious illnesses, the knowledge in this book is not enough. Li Fan reminded again. After all, medicine must be cautious and prudent, and let Subakian understand what diseases his ability can cover. Hearing this, Subakian became even more complicated. What kind of talk is this? The world's first pharmacopoeia, the original medicine of the ancestor of all classics, is actually only used to treat headaches, fever, and bruises? She didn't know what to say. She could only nod like a chicken pecking at rice and said, "Master, don't worry, Bai Qian will study hard." Li Fan also nodded in approval. Now it seems that Subakian has good qualifications and good intentions. He, we have another little junior sister. At this moment, Zi Ling came over happily, pulled Subakian and said, "Junior sister Bai Qian, don't worry. Master will naturally give you in-depth guidance in the future. Don't worry if you fail to learn. Come on, I'll take you to the yard to see." She immediately excitedly pulled Subakian to get familiar with the environment in the yard. "Look, this is the well water we use every day. Let me tell you, the well water can be used to nourish your face. Use it to wash your face, and your skin will be white, tender and shiny." Xiling took a scoop and said, "Taste it?" Subakian felt the Holy Spirit in the water and was immediately shocked. God, this well water. Every drop is considered a treasure, right? Here, it is actually a daily drink and can also be used to wash your face. What a luxury. She took a nervous sip. In an instant. Boom. Her cultivation level directly broke through from the Deluo Golden Immortal Realm to the Xuanhuan Golden Immortal Realm, that is, the Immortal Realm. She was shocked. Just a sip of water. Don't be stunned. Zi Ling pulled her and walked to Lu Rang's vegetable patch and said, "This guy who likes grass is your senior brother Lu Rang. Lu Rang, hurry up, pull out a carrot and give it to Sister Bai Qian." Lu Rang enthusiastically offered a carrot. After taking the carrot, Subakian's delicate hands were trembling even more. OMG! What level of elixir is this carrot? Tianzi level? Absolutely impossible. How could a heaven-level rubbish elixir be compared to the carrot in front of me? Is this the legendary holy medicine? Moreover, among the holy medicines, they must all be of a very high level. Beyond the Tianzi level, it is the holy medicine, and the holy medicine can be divided into 4 levels of universe prehistoric. She didn't dare to think about it. Eating a carrot after a meal is very good for your health. Zi Ling smiled and pulled Subakian to introduce others to her. Sister Nanfan, you have met her before. She is our senior sister, and she learned to play the piano from the teacher. Duguyuking, learn calligraphy from the teacher. Xuanhuan, he is raising fish every day. Junior brother Ching Chen, he likes spiders the most. No, he likes to sweep the floor. Junior brother Zhang Li, he likes to play chess with me, stay away from him. Recently, he is enlightening. Just a ray of qi can kill a Hongmeng cultivator. Wu Dade, he is raising a dog for master. Well, let me tell you quietly, even though this dog does not admit to being raised by him. Junior brother Lin Jujhan, he is learning to catch ghosts. Where is the great mage? There is also sister Gong Ya, who serves tea for master. Sister Xianning, learn poetry from master. Zi Ling introduced them one by one, then pointed at the white cat squatting in Li Fan's arms and said, Xiao Bai, the princess of the White Tiger clan. After listening to the introduction, Subakian was even more shocked. Master, actually has so many terrifying disciples. Any one of them is an extraordinary and talented person. Moreover, Master can actually teach so many great ways. It can be said that he knows everything and is an unparalleled expert. The princess of the White Tiger clan is actually just a pet raised by the Master. Could it be that the Master is the terrifying figure behind the White Tiger state? At the same time, Subakian was even more surprised to discover something. The immortal era collapsed, almost all the immortal kingdoms were destroyed, and the forces were reorganized. However, the original White Tiger Fairy Kingdom was an exception. It is said that before the start of the Holy Descendant, the descendants of certain saints were lost in the White Tiger Fairy Kingdom. However, after the beginning of the Holy Dao era, famous saints such as Demon Spider Valley were not liquidated. Nowadays, the White Tiger Immortal Kingdom is called the White Tiger State, and the major holy Taoist forces are also preaching and establishing Taoist traditions in the White Tiger State. However, the main body of the White Tiger clan is still preserved. The smooth transition from the immortal era to the holy era can be called a miracle. There are rumors in the market that it is because behind the White Tiger clan, there is most likely the shadow of a certain holy clan, and it is also said that it should be the hybrid Tengu clan, etc. But now, the only black dog I see in this yard looks like it has no status at all. Isn't the legendary hybrid Tengu clan the real backer of the White Tiger clan? She was shocked. Only now did she understand that the person she had taken refuge in, was most likely a terrifying existence that could sit with some saints. Immediately afterwards, Zi Ling introduced other people in the small courtyard to Subakian. Chickens, peach trees, koi, etc. Everything shocked Subakian. The other disciples were also very enthusiastic. The new junior sister made them very happy and took good care of Subakian. Li Fan couldn't help but smile when he saw Subakian quickly integrating into this big family. Fine. Suddenly, he remembered something. System, the task of recruiting disciples is completed, can I start the path of practice? He excitedly asked questions about the system in his mind. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 274. Now, Li Fan has recruited 10 disciples and taught him 10 great ways. Nanfan, the eldest disciple, taught the art of music. The second disciple, Zi Ling, taught him the art of painting. The third disciple, Xuanhuan, learned to raise fish. The fourth disciple, Lu Rang, planted. The fifth disciple, Duguyuking, is a calligrapher. The sixth disciple cleaned the dust and swept the floor. The seventh disciple, Zhang Li, is a chess player. The eighth disciple Wu Dade, breeds. Ninth disciple Lin Jujian, Fulu. The 10th disciple, Subakian, has medical skills. So, at this moment, Li Fan felt that he finally had hope. 4 years. 4 years. Since time travel, he has been doing systematic tasks in a small mountain village since he learned that he is actually a waste who cannot cultivate. Plant trees, raise chickens, fish, help villagers make furniture, cultivate land, etc. It's so miserable. Fortunately, I have a good attitude and am quite Buddhist. Otherwise, if someone else traveled through time like this, why not commit suicide on the spot or crash to death? Over the years, he has envied the protagonists of the world of immortality countless times. Take Grandpa with you. The strong are reborn. None of it fell on him. Hey, what a useless system. System, the task of recruiting disciples is completed, can I start the path of practice? He asked the system in his mind. Checking mission completion. The system's voice sounded immediately. Mission completed. The host can obtain the spiritual practice method, 1, 2, 3, and 4 sutras. In the system, a book waiting to be collected appeared. However, Li Fan was suddenly confused. Damn it, is this the path of cultivation that the system has opened for you? Just give yourself a broken book. 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn it, can you be more cautious about the system? Li Fan was drunk. According to legend, those who traveled through time practiced the ancient dragon-elephant technique, the 6 paths of reincarnation fist, and the 10 evil treasure techniques. Each one is more awesome than the other. I cultivated myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. This reminded him of the radio gymnastics in his previous life. 1 2 3 4, 2 2 3 4, 3 2 3 4, 4 2 3 4. Demonic, so magical. Sure enough, there is nothing good about this cheating system. Tears streamed down Li Fan's heart, but at this moment he still had to receive the so-called 1, 2, 3, and 4 sutras. At the same time, he checked the specific contents of the so-called 1, 2, 3, and 4 classics. 1, 2, 3, and 4 sutras, a total of 9 sets of radio gymnastics. Cultivation method, do radio gymnastics once every morning and evening to practice. The instructions are very simple and clear. When Li Fan saw this, he was shocked on the spot. It's really like doing radio gymnastics. He was completely speechless about this system. Completely speechless. If possible, he would like to smash the system to pieces. However, after being speechless, his heart still moved. Although this kind of cultivation method is really very low, it can really help you embark on the path of cultivation. Anyway, in the fairyland, idleness is idleness, otherwise, why not give it a try? He thought about it and mustered up the courage. He suddenly stood up and stretched. Seeing him getting up, many disciples immediately turned back to look at him. Li Fan felt nervous. Look at what he is doing, it's very embarrassing. He was panicked, but his face remained calm. Ahem, sitting for a long time every day is not good for your health. The event is active. With that said, he didn't care anymore and immediately thought about it in his mind. The first set of broadcast gymnastics, colorful sunshine. He immediately started reading silently according to the content in the book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. He immediately started doing gymnastics. At this moment, with his hand raised, all the disciples in the field were instantly shocked. At this moment, they seemed to see an unparalleled terrifying existence, raising its hand to stir the stars, causing the universe to tremble, and heaven and earth to repeat it. Master is practicing. God, Master, what kind of skill is this? When he raised his hand, the avenue roared wildly. Long Xuanhuan looked shocked. He felt like an ant who saw the ancient dragon roaring. Is this some kind of supreme heavenly skill? It's so terrifying. Master's hand is reaching out at will, and it's melting tens of thousands of avenues. Duguyuking was stunned on the spot. This is the giant Buddha. When the giant Buddha moves, conditions arise and disappear at the drop of a hand, and cause and effect are cut off. I have been with the Master for so long, and finally I saw him demonstrate the power of a true Buddha. Qing Chen held the broom tightly, her eyes were pious and excited, almost filled with tears. The unfathomable avenue, the unimaginable time and space, Master is so terrifying. His movements may seem simple, but the trajectory of each movement is unpredictable and unclear, the extremely mysterious avenue. Zi Ling's eyes opened wide. It's so terrifying. I can destroy all enemies with just one hand. This kind of supreme grace, this kind of aura that is unique to me, only Master. Nanfan's beautiful eyes were filled with admiration and adoration. As for Lu Rang, he clearly felt that his grass was actually trembling. Zhang Li raised his eyes and murmured. Time and space are the chessboard, and all races are the chess pieces. Master is the master. Wu Dade was trying hard to open the black dog's mouth. When the master started to practice, the black dog lay on the ground in fear and couldn't help trembling. It didn't matter, the key was to still bite him. Over there with the chickens, all the chickens were lying on the ground, trembling and afraid to move. All the koi carps in the pond seemed to be still, and there were only slight ripples on the water surface. That was because the fish's body was trembling. In the corner, 3 spiders huddled together, stacked on top of each other, as if they were avoiding each other. The branches and leaves of the flat peach tree droop gently, as if they are saluting. Only Subakian, who has the lowest cultivation level, is the best at staying calm. She only felt that every movement of Master was extremely beautiful. So natural. So casual. It's as if the heaven and earth have merged with it, as if all the avenues are harmonizing with it. What state is this? According to legend, wherever a saint goes, flowers bloom in the desert, vegetation flourishes, and blessings blesses the world. Is Master a saint? She doesn't know, but she understands that Master is definitely a terrifying existence that will last forever. Finally, Li Fan completed a set of radio gymnastics. His whole body felt warm and he was sweating slightly. Suddenly, he felt a little warmth in his dantian. Could it really be effective? He felt that there seemed to be a different kind of aura rising and falling in his dantian. Is this, really effective? Li Fan was surprised. After doing a set of exercises, he suddenly felt a lot more energetic. It turns out, it really works. Now, should I really start the path of cultivation? Although he has long been accustomed to an ordinary and simple life in the small mountain village over the years, he is still a little happy at this moment. I should be considered a cultivator in the qi refining stage, right? First level of qi refining. He murmured, his eyes very sure, it must be so. Although he has never practiced cultivation before, he still has a certain understanding of practitioners. The first realm is to refine qi. Refining qi, building foundation, and then golden elixir. It seems that as long as you reach the realm of golden elixir, you will be considered a minor player in the world of cultivation. But I am only at the first level of qi refining now, and it is still the weakest. I don't know how long it will take to break through to the second level. He felt that the method of doing radio gymnastics would make his cultivation speed very slow. System, if I insist on doing radio gymnastics every day, when will I be promoted to the foundation building realm? Li Fan asked curiously. Plus infinity. The system gives a crude and simple symbol. What does the symbol mean, infinity? Do you mean that by doing gymnastics, you will never reach the realm of foundation building? Even though he had already understood the nature of systemic urine, Li Fan's blood pressure still soared instantly and he almost vomited blood. He was so shocked that he was dumbfounded and said, "Then when can I be promoted to the second level of chi refining?" Plus infinity. The system still gave a crude and simple symbol. Or, infinite. Li Fan was immediately speechless. He took a deep breath. Be calm. Be calm. Don't be happy with things and don't be sad with yourself. He told himself. If he hadn't been Buddhist enough and realized over the years that the system was useless, he would have been so angry that he died on the spot. Fortunately, my mentality is stable enough. However, he was still a little puzzled, but there must be a way to upgrade. At this time, the system's voice then sounded. System mission released: save rare and endangered animals and plants, and enrich the species composition of small mountain villages. Collecting 9 rare and endangered animals and 9 rare and endangered plants and successfully raising them in the village can achieve the current state of perfection. Li Fan was stunned for a moment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 275. System mission released: save rare and endangered animals and plants, and enrich the species composition of the small mountain village. Collecting 9 rare and endangered animals and 9 rare and endangered plants and successfully raising them in the village can achieve the current state of perfection. Collecting rare plants and animals. It is indeed produced by the system. However, Li Fan has done all kinds of tasks over the years, so he can accept it. Moreover, once the collection is completed, it seems that he will be able to complete his chi refining period. Li Fan still has common sense. Only when one realm reaches perfection can he enter the next realm. Chi refining, foundation building, golden elixir, system, foundation building, and golden elixir, which realm can fly? Li Fan is yearning for it. Cultivators can fly into the sky and escape from the earth, traveling thousands of miles in the sky. Just thinking about it makes me feel extremely stimulating and comfortable. The system seemed to be silent for a long time before replying. Golden elixir. Hearing this, Li Fan nodded immediately. He has decided. For the sake of safety, I vow not to leave the village until I reach the golden elixir realm. After all, the outside world is too dangerous. At least a strong person like Jin Dan is qualified to go out and fight. Otherwise, if you encounter danger and you can't even fly, wouldn't your life be over? In the world of spiritual practice, people kill people and seize treasures all day long. It's life and death. It's too cruel and not suitable for a salty fish like me. I would rather live in obscurity and live a mortal life in a small mountain village. Anyway, he is not like other time travelers who think about fighting and dominating the heavens all day long. Mainly because strength does not allow it. Looking at the progress in front of me, maybe I can reach the foundation building stage or something in this life, which will be considered as my meritorious deeds are complete. It has been 4 years, and he has already adapted to it. He has no worries about food and drink in the mountain village. The villagers are happy, and there are also a group of disciples. How comfortable it is. Thinking of this, his mood suddenly became so good that a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. When it comes to practicing this kind of thing, just let it happen. As for animals and plants, they are free anyway, and you can also collect them. But endangered animals and plants are determined by the system. After releasing the task, the system also gave some crystal pieces. If you encounter an animal or plant that the system considers to be endangered, the crystal piece will light up. This saved Li Fan from the trouble of identification. Disciples. Li Fan came back to his senses and suddenly looked at his group of disciples. Many disciples and others were still immersed in shock. They had just watched the master perform the supreme magical skill, which made them lose their minds. Now when they heard Li Fan calling, everyone reacted. "Master, what are your orders?" Nanfan immediately stepped forward and spoke respectfully. Suddenly, her beautiful eyes were startled, because he found that the master had a special fragrance on his body. Smells super good. Moreover, let yourself feel like you are about to gain enlightenment. What's going on? Sister Nanfan, do you feel that the smell of master is so attractive? I really want to hold master and take a bite. If I can take a bite of master, maybe I can break through right there. Xiling also immediately sent a message to Nanfan, her big eyes sparkling. Not only the two of them, but also the disciples around them felt it. Is the fragrance of the Tao exuding from the master? Gongya subconsciously swallowed her saliva, looked at Xuanhuan, and said, Demon Lord, what's the smell on master's body? Although Xuanhuan has now entered the realm of Saint Yin, Gongya is still used to calling Xuanhuan the Demon Lord. Xuanhuan's big eyes flickered, and she looked at Li Fan in a daze. Then, that seems to be the smell of sweat on Big Brother's body. She murmured. Sweat. Hearing this, everyone was shocked. I understand, my master's Taoist body has been perfect for a long time. Just now he was practicing the supreme magical skills and sweating a little. Those, all contain terrifying essence. Xuanhuan suddenly spoke. Hearing this, all the disciples also understood. Everyone suddenly realized. I'll be nice. If I can get some of master's sweat, I can use it to water my pot of grass. Lu Rang had a bold idea in his mind and stared at Li Fan with eager eyes. The strong aura made me suddenly enlightened. I finally seemed to have an idea for my game of chess. Zhang Li even murmured on the spot, this aura gave him an idea. It has been recorded in ancient books that a person who became a Buddha in the physical body will be remembered for eternity. Sure enough, my teacher is indeed a true Buddha. Qing Chen murmured. I really hope that master can practice that supreme magical skill again and sweat more. This kind of Tao charm emanating from his body will almost make my swordsmanship go further. Zhuge Yuking's eyes were filled with hope. At this moment, Bai Xiaoqing, who was playing on the side, suddenly stared at Li Fan, ran over, and jumped directly into Li Fan's arms. Meow meow, what does this smell like? Meow meow meow. Bai Xiaoqing was so excited at this moment. Why does the master smell so good? She couldn't help but stick out her little red tongue and lick Li Fan's hand. Li Fan's hands were a little sweaty. This moment. Boom. Bai Xiaoqing's cultivation level suddenly changed. She actually jumped directly from the immortal realm to the Hongmeng realm. In an instant, Bai Xiaoqing was so excited that she rolled in Li Fan's arms. Ouch! This is so comfortable. She couldn't help but take another lick. Boom! In an instant, the avenue in the small courtyard roared, and countless holy paths were resonating with Bai Xiaoqing. She, actually broke through directly to the realm of Holy Yin. Seeing this scene, all the disciples in the field were shocked. Sky! Bai Xiaoqing only licked a little bit of sweat. Actually, he broke 2 realms in a row. What a great opportunity this is. This is not sweat, this is clearly the supreme holy liquid. Wow, I'm sour, I'm really sour, why am I not a cat? Zai Ling was so envious that she almost cried. It's great to be a cat, you can be held in master's arms, and you can even be licked by master. Nanfeng also fell silent, she was a little eager. A group of male disciples were all jealous. No, I have to get closer when master is practicing his magical skills next time. If I get closer, I might be able to absorb some sweat. Xuanhuan clenched his fists and swore secretly. Master, the slight aura that he exudes is more powerful than all the holy medicines, no wonder in his eyes, the original medicine can only be regarded as basic medical knowledge. Subakian had a complicated look on her face. She seemed to feel that the ray of energy emanating from the master was a perfect medicine that could cure all kinds of diseases in the world. What was evaporated from Master just now when he was practicing his magical skills was such a waste. Lu Rang remembered that when Li Fan was doing exercises just now, he seemed to be sweating and had a look of pain on his face. Damn it, damn dog, are you crazy? Wu Dade pressed the black dog tightly. At this moment, the black dog was speaking human words. Human pet, get away, let me go, I want to be a licking dog, I want to be the master's licking dog, woof woof woof, oh, why am I a canine and not a cat? The sound made by the big black dog is so loud that it's hard to tell whether it's a barking dog or something else. Full of unwillingness and resentment towards being born as a dog. It wants to say now, I'm sorry for being born a dog. Seeing this, many disciples looked very complicated. They all decided in an instant. Next time, you must seize the opportunity while Master is practicing his magical skills. It must not be wasted like now. Isn't that right? Look, the peach tree has sprouted flower buds. Suddenly, Xian Ning was even more shocked and pointed at the peach tree. Many disciples were shocked when they saw it. This, original medicine records that the flat peach in the holy medicine takes at least 3 million years to bloom, and it takes at least 3 million years to bear fruit. Subakian murmured. Hearing this, everyone was even more shocked. They knew very well that this peach tree was definitely a living being standing in the holy way. Moreover, they had eaten flat peaches not long ago. Even before, when Li Fan and the others went out to have a barbecue, they used these peaches to exchange some chicken, duck, and fish meat for the villagers. But, it's only been a year. Today, the holy peach tree actually sprouted buds again? Is this all because Master just practiced magical skills? They were all murmuring. This is obviously because the sweat emanating from Li Fan just now was absorbed by the peach tree. Therefore, it directly promotes the germination of flower buds on peach trees. It seems that it won't be long before we can eat holy Dao flat peaches again. Duguyuking and others all had complicated expressions. When Subakian listened, her beautiful eyes were dumbfounded. They said, again. Eat again, holy Dao flat peaches. What kind of family background is this? But Li Fan didn't notice this. He looked at Xiaobai who was having fun in his arms, smiled, and rubbed Xiaobai's belly. Then he looked at the many disciples, feeling a little scared. What's wrong? What is this? One by one, staring at themselves with this look. Ahem. He coughed. Many disciples then realized, yes, the master had just called them and others. Immediately, they all looked at Li Fan respectfully. Li Fan said, Master is preparing to enrich the animals and plants in the village. Take these crystal pieces and go out in the future. If you encounter suitable animals or plants, these crystal pieces will shine. All the animals and plants that make the crystal pieces shine are brought back to the village. If I were to rely on myself, it would be difficult to find all 9 rare and endangered animals and 9 rare and endangered plants in the fairyland. It's good to ask the disciples to help. In the future, it won't be difficult to let them go out more often and bring them back when they encounter them. Nanfeng and other disciples received the crystal piece, but their expressions were extremely solemn. The rare animals that Master is looking for, are they not those ancient races that the old man is talking about? Duguyuking spoke in confusion. It must be so. In our village, the Teku yak and other cattle are only used by Master as farm cattle. For him to be described as rare, the level must be far above the Teku ox. Qing Chen murmured. Perhaps, the ones we raise in our yard can be called rare. Long Xuanhuan guessed with some trembling. When he said this, everyone felt that it was very possible. In this courtyard, there are real dragons, phoenixes, pure-blood tengu, ancient demon spiders, etc. At least this level. In this way, a plant that can be described by Master as rare, must be at least a terrifying holy medicine at the level of a flat peach tree. Subakian also spoke instantly. Everyone was even more shocked. Master is so generous, his old man, is he going to trap all the powerful creatures in the immortal realm under his sect? As Lu Rang spoke, his breathing was a little heavy. I understand, Master, this game of chess must cover the most powerful creatures and races in the world, and what makes him worry about it, I'm afraid, involves the great battle that the Emperor of Black and White traveled across time and space to borrow his cultivation, so that he could temporarily resist it. Disaster. Zhang Li's eyes suddenly lit up. After hearing his words, everyone nodded, feeling that it made sense. So, are the creatures in this small courtyard collected by Big Brother like this time? Xianning murmured that the true phoenix, true dragon, etc. had obviously become extinct long ago in the legendary ancient history. Big Brother, did you anticipate that the next catastrophe was coming, so you left some rare species in advance to avoid extinction? There were countless thoughts in her little mind. Master, please rest assured. From today on, we will definitely make it our mission to collect ancient, rare animals and plants. Nanfan took a deep breath and spoke immediately. No matter what Master asks you to do, there must be a profound meaning. Everyone also nodded. Li Fan was also very pleased that these apprentices were not in vain. Is Senior Li here? At this time, the voices of Huo Linger and others sounded outside the door. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Gui Xin. Chapter 276. Is Senior Li here? At this time, Huo Linger's voice came from outside. Please come in. Li Fan spoke immediately. Huo Linger and others pushed open the door and entered. Holy Lord Yuan Yang and True Lord Xiaoyang were among them. The Holy Way came, and just some time ago, Huo Linger and others had already welcomed the Thunder Tribulation. The Thunder Tribulations that Huo Linger and Mu Jianing faced were particularly terrifying. Each of them had to endure 8 Thunder Tribulations, attaining the perfect immortal path and becoming extremely powerful. As for Xiaoyang Zhenjun, because he had taken refuge in a person like Yun 11, he had no shortage of sources of the Holy Way, so he easily survived the Thunder Tribulation. During this time, they would often come to the courtyard to talk to Li Fan about the outside world. Greetings, Senior. Huo Linger and others all saluted. Li Fan smiled and said, no need to be polite, just get up. How is it? During this period, has the situation in the outside world stabilized? Previously, he heard that the immortal realm was very turbulent. Senior Chi, the outside world has basically stabilized. The order of causes has almost been destroyed, and all kinds of giants are running rampant. However, thanks to your support, the White Tiger state is relatively stable. The giants came in and left their own people behind, but they did not mess around. Huo Linger spoke. Originally, the White Tiger clan had prepared to withdraw into the wilderness and form an alliance with the Xiantian alliance. However, later, the holy clans such as the Demon Spider Valley and the Tianxia clan did not invade as much as they had imagined. Therefore, on the one hand, the White Tiger clan moved some of their elites to the wilderness and became part of the Xiantian alliance. On the other hand, they still control most of the cities in the White Tiger state, but as the major Holy Path forces continue to encroach, the White Tiger clan, which lacks the foundation of the Holy Path, is still facing some difficulties. Fortunately, all ethnic groups are wary and do not dare to cause chaos. Li Fan also nodded when he heard this. It seems that business in this fairy land is really difficult to do. There are so many giant calligraphy and painting dealers. The competition is too fierce. Fortunately, after Huo Linger and others joined forces with Bai Xiaoyang and others, they should have some strength to compete with the giants. That's right, Senior. Huo Linger then spoke and said. In the depths of the wilderness, a tide of beasts appeared. The beast tide is very serious, and many places have been affected. Even the outside world has noticed the changes here. Many people have entered the wilderness. The purpose of their coming this time is to report this matter. After all, after investigation, it was found that the scale of this beast tide was unimaginable, and many holy forces had come. The strength of the Xiantian alliance is not enough to fight against the beast tide, let alone compete with the Holy Way forces from the outside. In fact, the Xiantian alliance has gradually grown from a small Xuanzi world in the lower realm. If it were not for the return of the Holy Dao forces, the Xiantian alliance would have already become a dominant force in the immortal Dao era. After all, Huo Ling'er is about to become a Hongmen-level powerhouse, and with the treasures given by Li Fan, he is not afraid of the powerhouses of the Immortal King in the original Immortal era, and now the White Tiger clan has joined him. However, the Holy Path era has begun, and those Holy Path forces that have returned, even if they are just the most ordinary ones, have a foundation that spans hundreds of thousands of years. And the Xiantian alliance has only been established for 1 year. Hearing this, Subakian's expression suddenly changed. When she went to look for medicinal materials, she encountered a tide of beasts. If the teacher hadn't saved him, he might have died. Now, has this beast tide not stopped yet? Nanfeng and Ziling looked at each other. They know very well. This tide of beasts is probably due to because the teacher drew a picture. Even if the teacher painted a picture, it shouldn't last so long, and the scope is expanding, there should be something else. Nanfeng murmured. Master's stroke has revealed an ancient history of the wilderness, perhaps something that was once buried has come out. Ziling said solemnly. Instead, it was Li Fan who heard the beast tide again. It turns out that the last time Subakian said there was a tide of beasts, it was true. However, there was a wave of beasts in the wilderness, and there was nothing I could do about it. This is not something that can be solved by sending a few disciples to fight in groups like in the past. But Li Fan thought about it and decided that he should still send someone to investigate. To prevent those beasts from rushing out, it would be bad if they rushed to the small mountain village. Moreover, since it is a tide of beasts, maybe we can try our luck at finding rare animals. Li Fan immediately looked at the many disciples and said, "Who wants to go and see?" Hearing this, Lu Rang was the first to speak and said, "Master, my disciple is willing to go." His eyes were filled with eagerness. Since entering the Holy Path era, his grass has not been properly bathed in the blood of Holy Path creatures. Hearing this, Li Fan smiled and said, "Good." He paused, looked at Wu Date again, and said, "Dear Virtue, you take the dog with you. The situation in the depths of the wilderness is unknown. It will be more convenient for you if there is a dog. Although this black dog is not a hunting dog and will probably not be able to track prey, a dog's nose is more sensitive after all. In the wilderness, if there is any ferocious beast, this dog can smell it and avoid it in time." Upon hearing this, Wu Date immediately said, "As you command." There was a look of joy on his face, he could finally escape the bad luck of breeding sows. It's too much of a waste. If you do it a few more times, he's afraid he'll be finished. True Lord Xiaoyang, Huo Ling'er and others were also overjoyed to see Li Fan personally sending people there. As long as Senior Li takes action, the existence in the wilderness will not be a concern. Immediately, the group of them left Li Fan's small courtyard and walked all the way out of the small mountain village. At the entrance of the village, Wu Date and Lu Rang asked about the route and said goodbye to Huo Ling'er and others. "Walk straight into the wilderness. I just left the small mountain village not long ago. The surrounding mountains exude a strong smell of blood. Many terrifying corpses of giant beasts are scattered throughout the forest. Among them, there are many immortal level and Hongmen level beasts. Obviously, this beast tide is so terrifying that even Hongmen level creatures have died. It's so cruel, even the Hongmen level ferocious beasts are dead." Wu Date murmured, "It's probably very difficult in the depths of the wilderness. But the big black dog said, "Nonsense, how can it be simple to make the Lord interested?" Hearing this, Lu Rang and Wu Date immediately looked at the big black dog. "You mean, there are secrets in this wilderness?" Wu Date said. "Let's talk about it. I'm afraid it's not simple to make Master even care about something." Lu Rang is also curious. However, the big black dog immediately shook his head and said, "No, no one dares to guess what the Lord is thinking. There is no such thing as that. I'm just talking nonsense." Wu Date and Lu Rang didn't believe it. This damn dog is not talking nonsense. He must have come prepared and was hiding it and refused to say anything. Soon, they were getting closer and closer to the depths of the wilderness. The mountains and forests are vast and the ancient books are towering. Roar! In front, the screams of the giant beast were heard. It was as if a giant beast was undergoing horrific torture. "Let's go and have a look." They stepped forward immediately. Passing through a primitive forest ahead, a terrifying scene appeared in front of two people and a dog in an instant. Countless mountain peaks collapsed, vegetation was broken, boulders cracked, and the earth was in a mess. The blood of various ferocious beasts filled the air. And in front, an ancient elephant as huge as a hill was roaring in agony. The ancient elephant fell to the ground, not daring to move, while several terrifying white-boned creatures were tearing open its belly and chewing its flesh and blood. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 277. A bloody and cruel scene. Many giant beasts were killed alive by the bone creatures. Moreover, his flesh and blood were devoured. What the hell is this? Wu Date was a little scared. At first glance, these ferocious beasts around them are not simple. Exudes the charm of the holy way. Almost all of them are holy beasts. However, so many were destroyed at this moment. In addition to the ancient elephants being eaten by white-bone creatures, there are also many intact holy beasts, including huge three-cornered yellow deer, silver pangolins like calves, etc. These saint-level ferocious beasts were not injured, but they were lying on their knees at this moment, not daring to move, like lambs waiting to be slaughtered. I understand, these bone things have kept all the creatures at the Saint Yin level as food, while all the creatures below the Saint Yin level have been driven away. Lu Rang spoke and said, "Damn, that's so sloppy. If I had known there was such a thing, I should have asked junior brother Lin for some talismans. After all, these bone-white creatures look like ghosts at first glance, and Lin Zhuchen is a professional counterpart. Dead dogs, these skeletal creatures seem to be unkillable. What should I do?" Wu Date asked the black dog. "Wow, my beloved, you'd better be more respectful to me." The black dog bared its teeth. Wu Date subconsciously took a step back and covered his butt. These bones were once very powerful. It is impossible for you two to destroy them. Even this emperor cannot take action easily. The black dog stared at the white bones with thoughtful eyes and said, "This place is obviously the Lord's handiwork. Is there some cause and effect between this place and the Lord? Does the Lord want to let something here see the light of day again? But, he asked me to come here again. I understand, it must be that the time for the guy here to be born has not yet come." The black dog thought and suddenly started sniffing violently. "Dead dog, what are you smelling?" "It smells like blood," Wu Date said. "Human pet, this emperor is sniffing the cause and effect of time involved in this place. You know nothing." The black dog was disdainful. Suddenly, it seemed to feel something, and the dog's eyes were instantly alert. "Huh? It seems that there is a ray of cause and effect overflowing. Someone is pursuing this ray of cause and effect and exploring this place. Moreover, it seems that the visitor is evil. The black dog's eyes suddenly revealed a glimmer of light. I understand, is this the Lord's plan? No matter what kind of existence there is in the world, the master can kill it with just a thought. Now that he has set up this trap, he must be hoping that those people in the dark will find him. Black Dog suddenly realized. I feel like I have figured out the Lord's intention. The Lord asked him to come here, it seems, to control the beast tide, so as not to have too much impact, cause waves, and make the enemy wary. However, in order for the Lord's plan to be realized as soon as possible and for those people to find them as soon as possible, I should do something. After all, judging from what I just smelled, those are so useless, it takes years and months to track them down. It thought for a moment, then swaggered forward. Damn it, this dead dog, you don't want to die. Wu Dade was immediately shocked. Those bone-white creatures in front were very terrifying. Lu Rang put down the grass in his hand and said, "Get ready for a fight, this dog is probably unreliable." Sure enough, as soon as he finished speaking, the several white bone creatures that were devouring the flesh and blood of the ancient elephant suddenly turned around and rushed towards the black dog. They bring up a terrible evil wind. The expressions of Lu Rang and Wu Dade both changed. This is very powerful. Even if a saint-level expert comes, they won't be able to compete, right? However, the black dog suddenly raised his paw. The black claw slapped the bone-white creature hard on the forehead. Suddenly, those white bone creatures were knocked unconscious on the spot. Fell to the ground. Seeing this, Lu Rang and Wu Dade were also shocked. So simple, so crude. Dead dog, mighty. Wu Dade was startled. Are these things dead? What's next? Lu Rang asked. Black Dog said. How is it possible to die? These skeletons are not simple creatures, not to mention that this emperor cannot bear to destroy them. After all, they have all made great contributions to the human race. For an instant, Lu Rang and Wu Dade were staring at it. The black dog stopped abruptly and turned to say, "Human pet, come here, have you seen my emperor's tail? Pluck a few hairs off and put them on these corpses. Let's calm them down first." The black dog's tail is raised. Hearing this, Wu Dade was surprised and said, "I wipe your dog hair, does it still have this effect?" It seems that the black dog does ward off evil spirits. He immediately stepped forward, grabbed a handful of dog hair, and pulled hard. Ouch! The black dog suddenly howled in pain. It turned its head, and when it saw Wu Dade holding a bunch of black dog hair in his hand, the dog's eyes instantly revealed a trace of deep sorrow and indignation. "Human pet, I let you pull a few, but I didn't let you pull a handful. Return the emperor's hair." Woof! Immediately afterwards, Wu Dade's scream suddenly sounded. Lu Rang stood beside him, confused. "It's really top-notch, top-notch." He sighed. "Damn dog, you are really good at talking." After a long time, Wu Dade covered his butt and walked over. His legs were a little lame. The black dog's eyes still showed sadness and anger. "What, junior brother, you really shouldn't do it. Look, the dog's tail has been pulled bald. How will Dehe find a wife in the future?" Lu Rang couldn't help laughing at this moment. No, this emperor will become more and more angry the more he thinks about it. The more he thinks about it when he takes a step back, the more he will suffer. "Damn fat man, you have to make it up to me." The black dog spoke angrily. "Damn dog, tell me, how do you want Fatty to compensate you? At worst, I'll leave you 2 more eggs next time you eat." Wu Dade also spoke, and he also felt that this dog's hair is indeed not simple. Losing hair on a black dog may have an impact. The black dog shook his head and said, "No, I don't want eggs now." It was thinking in its dog eyes, and suddenly looked at the prostrate beasts around it. "Woof, Sister Cat should like the meat of these ferocious beasts, right?" A bright light suddenly flashed in the dog's eyes and he said, "Take some of this meat back and give it to Sister Cat as a snack, maybe she will be happy and give me some of your master's sweat next time when she is happy. Do I still lack these few hairs?" As he thought about it, the dog's mouth drooled. When Wu Dade saw this, he looked disgusted. "I'm such a fool, what do you think? It's disgusting, I'm actually drooling." "Wow, you pet, hurry up, get something out, and cut off the most essential meat parts of these ferocious beasts. You two are responsible for preparing snacks for Sister Cat. I still have to make some preparations, and later I will use a great magical power that reaches all the heavens and the earth to seal this place. At the same time, I will give some people a big surprise, hee hee. A great supernatural power that reaches heaven and earth?" When Lu Rang and Wu Dade heard this, they didn't dare to neglect it. The outer area of Baiduwang. Waves of people are coming. "City Lord, this place seems a bit strange, we have to be careful." Ao Wushuan spoke to Niu Dushan with some anxiety. "Along the way, I didn't encounter that nightmarish village or those nightmarish people." This made him feel quite sad. Although he said that what he brought this time was the power of the holy path, he felt that the small mountain village was too evil and it was best not to encounter it if possible. As long as he doesn't encounter it, he believes that evil things will not happen. However, the scenes they saw around them made them very worried. The beast tide is very terrifying. Even immortal and Hongmeng level ferocious beasts have died a lot. This means that this time the beast tide in the wilderness at least involves existences in the holy realm. Niu Dushan's face was also a little gloomy. However, he remained calm. "Don't worry, I'm here, don't be afraid." He spoke calmly. He has also informed the branch in Lingbo City about what happened in the wilderness this time. Hearing this, everyone also became heartbroken. Niu Dushan is the lord of a city, and he has the strength of a sea opening level. He is just a wild man and is not worth mentioning. They were not far behind. Haha, isn't this city Lord Niu Dushan of Shenjiayun City? At this time, a group of people suddenly appeared on the other side. Niu Dushan took one look at it, and his eyes suddenly sank. People from Qingfeng City. The leader was a middle-aged man. This middle-aged man's ears were as furry as those of a cat. Dark Snow Leopard Clan. This is a powerful race. Bao Chu, I didn't expect that you would also be interested in this place. Niu Dushan spoke. Haha, they are not the only ones interested in this place. At this time, another voice sounded. A middle-aged man in black robes walked out, followed by a group of young men and women in black robes. Niu Song's expression even changed. People from the Demon Spider Valley, this is it? This wilderness actually attracted so many people. Sect Master Niu, I heard that there may be clues about the holy medicine in your Shenjiayun city. I don't know if it is true or not. Bao Split from the Dark Snow Leopard group asked. What does it have to do with you? Niu Dushan spoke coldly. The cracked face suddenly turned cold. Haha, no matter what, I have to thank City Master Niu. You are really a lucky star. If it weren't for you, how would we know that there might be a holy medicine in this remote mountain? Ha ha ha. The man in Demonic Spider Valley also laughed. Walk. Niu Dushan looked gloomy and led his people forward. However, people from the other two cities followed him. I have nothing to do with you, why do you two follow me so closely? Niu Dushan spoke. Haha, Niu Dushan, stop pretending, you must have the whereabouts of the holy medicine, and we want a share of the pie. The package split opened the mouth very directly. Yes, Lord Niu, why hide good things? The man in Demonic Spider Valley also smiled. Niu Dushan has no choice but to live alone. The three groups of people quickly crossed the forest ahead. The rich smell of blood spread instantly. The blood of a holy cultivator. Everyone was surprised. The scene before them surprised them all. Countless corpses of powerful ferocious beasts fell on the spot, as if they had been torn apart and devoured by some terrifying entity. These ferocious beasts are almost all Saint Yin and above. Holy creatures! So many people died. Well, who is that? At this moment, someone was startled and pointed forward. I saw two young men and a black dog next to the carcass of a huge ancient elephant. The two young men were cutting meat from the ancient elephant's corpse. Everyone was surprised. How could two people suddenly appear in this place? At this moment, Xuanhuan was shocked when he saw this scene. Damn! He turned around and wanted to run away. However, he was too close to Niu Dushan, and he felt that he might not be able to escape. At this moment, he was extremely scared. Who are you? How dare you steal the flesh and blood of holy creatures here? However, the leader of the Dark Snow Leopard clan stepped forward and stared coldly at Lu Rang and the two. The flesh and blood of so many saintly creatures is a good thing. It can be made into blood food and practiced. Lu Rang and Wu Dade, under the supervision of Black Dog, were busy getting snacks for Bai Xiaoqing, but at this moment they didn't look back and ignored them at all. Seeing this, Bao Zhang suddenly became angry. How dare these two guys ignore me like this? Two despicable human ants, you don't know what kind of existence you are facing. Kneel down immediately, or die. Bao Chuan shouted angrily. The quintessence of flesh from the creatures of the holy path, haha, you alone deserve to enjoy it. Get out of here. At this time, the strong men in Demon Spider Valley didn't even bother to stare at Lu Rang and the two. Even two humans dare to. Niu Dushan also frowned and was about to speak, but was held tightly by Xuanhuan. Xuanhuan's eyes were filled with fear and he said, City Lord, stop talking. Listen to me, please. He almost cried. In an instant, Niu Dushan looked suspicious. Even though the strong men from the Demon Spider Valley also spoke, Lu Rang and the two still ignored them and continued to cut the flesh from the beast's corpse. Nothing can stop them. I told you to get lost, didn't you hear me? The strong man in Demonic Spider Valley was angry and stepped forward. At this time, Lu Rang turned back and said, You tell us to get lost. You sure? The strong man in Demonic Spider Valley was even more furious. He raised his palms, and a terrifying power suddenly radiated out. And, die. He wants to kill Lu Rang and the other two. Wu Dade and Lu Rang looked at each other and suddenly walked away, casually taking away the dog hair from the bones on the ground. Boom! The terrifying palm power of the Demon Spider Valley strongman came down with a crash. That's this moment. Several white bones on the ground suddenly stood up like ejections. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 278. The strong man from Demonic Spider Valley strikes down with one palm. Very scary. He is a strong man in the middle stage of the high realm. However, at this moment, those bones suddenly shot up from the ground. His palm hit those bones. Sand and gravel were splashing all around, smoke and dust were stirring, and there was a big hole in the ground. But where they were, there were several bones, but they didn't move at all. These bone-white creatures clearly looked almost rotten, as if they would scatter when the wind blew. However, at this moment, he actually easily withstood a blow from the high-level powerhouse without any damage. Hiss. Seeing this scene, everyone was shocked instantly. Could it be that the bones turned into bones after the death of powerful creatures? The Dark Snow Leopard clan's expression changed slightly, but then, they suddenly took out a bone claw from their arms. Leopard bone claws. This is a claw left by their Dark Snow Leopard clan's 4 Light Realm expert. It's extremely powerful. He raised his claws and suddenly struck those bones. Bang! But in an instant, the claws were broken. They were all shocked instantly. And those white bones seemed to have just been freed from the suppression of the dog hair and had not yet reacted. Until this moment, they suddenly moved. Gusts of sinister wind. In an instant. No. The strong man from the dark snow leopard clan screamed in agony. A skeletal creature actually ripped out his heart. He immediately turned into a leopard corpse and died on the spot. Spare your life. The strong man in demonic Spider Valley wanted to escape, but in the next moment, his neck was bitten off by a white bone. Massacre. There were just a few skeletal corpses, but at this moment they were massacring the high-level powerhouses wantonly. The people in demonic Spider Valley and Dark Snow Leopard clan were screaming in agony. They were quickly slaughtered. Niu Dushan, on the other hand, was also horrified at this moment. He was about to take out one of the horns in panic. That was the treasure he asked for from the Lingbo City branch. He was about to use it, but was held back by Ao Wushuan. No. Ao Wushuan's face turned pale at this moment, and he knelt down directly in the direction of Lu Rang and the two of them. Spare your lives, two mighty men. He cried out. Wu Dade didn't even look at it, but Lu Rang suddenly sensed something. He suddenly took out the crystal piece from his arms. There is actually a slight light. This is because of the man with two bags on his head next to Ao Wushuan. This guy can't die. Lu Rang immediately took a step forward and was in front of Ao Wushuan and Niu Dushan, saying, "Take this." One person handed them a dog hair. Seeing this, Ao Wushuan was so surprised that he almost cried, and hurriedly took the dog hair. Niu Dushan couldn't care less in a hurry and held the dog's hair. Sure enough, at this moment, those bones didn't attack the two of them, but massacre others. In the blink of an eye, all the people who came were killed. Those white bone creatures are devouring flesh and blood. Especially the corpses of the demonic Spider Valley and the Dark Snow Leopard clan. What's going on? Niu Dushan was shocked when he saw the scene in front of him. It's too scary. Even though these bones are dead, they are still more terrifying than the powerful ones in the Four Luminaries realm. At this moment, Wu Dade and Black Dog were dispatched over there. The Black Dog stepped forward, one paw at a time, and knocked all the skeletal creatures unconscious. Wu Dade, on the other hand, was following the tail of the Black Dog, giving fur to those fainted skeletal creatures. Niu Dushan was even more shocked. He looked at the Black Dog. His eyes were full of incredible looks. How can this be? The dog in front of me, with just one paw, can knock out a skeletal creature that is as strong as the Four Lights realm. Could it be that this is a dog with a high level of holy power? Are they the mixed blood Tengu clan? He was suddenly shocked and thought of some kind of legend. It is said that before the three tribes of Demon Spider Valley, Tianxia clan and Ancient Piranha clan ascended and descended, some of their clansmen were lost in Beihu state. But after the three tribes arrived, they did not dare to rush into the White Tiger state with blood. Rumor has it that this is because the White Tiger clan has taken refuge with the half-blooded Tengu clan. As for the mixed-blood Tengu clan, they are a noble clan among the holy clans, and they were once a royal clan in ancient history. Ordinary saints are nothing more than ants in front of the Ho clan. In front of me, such a powerful hybrid Tengu appeared. It seems that the rumors are true. There really is a hybrid Tengu clan in northern Xinjiang. He suddenly trembled. I am just the most marginal existence among the demonic Cow clan, and I was assigned to a small city like St. Cloud City. However, what is in front of me is the leader of the noble clan, the half-blooded Tengu clan. In the blink of an eye, the bones were all taken care of. Wu Dade and Black Dog came over. Niu Dushan knelt down on the spot. He held up the hair in his hands with both hands and said tremblingly, "The only born cow of the demonic Cow clan, I would like to pay my respects to the Almighty. Thank you very much for giving me such a precious hair." The Black Dog didn't even look at him, but looked at the crystal piece in Lu Rang's hand. Why does it only glow so little? Lu Rang was confused. What Master said is that if the crystal piece glows, it means that you have encountered a rare animal or plant. It must be taken back to the village. But now, this light is too weak. The demonic cow clan, are they descendants of which clan? At this time, Black Dog thought of something and said, I understand, there are rare animals in his clan, and his bloodline is simply too weak, so the crystal chip's induction is also very weak. Hearing this, Wu Date and Lu Rang immediately stared at Niu Dushan. Niu Dushan panicked instantly. What's going on? This look. It's over. Just now, these big guys seem to be collecting the flesh and blood of holy creatures. Could it be that they? Everyone, bosses, my blood is not pure, my meat doesn't taste good. Niu Dushan was so frightened that his heart was numb. Don't worry, you are too old. We are not doing it for you, but for the young geniuses in your clan. Wu Date explained. Niu Dushan's face twitched, and he almost vomited blood on the spot. This, because his flesh was too old, and others looked down upon him, did he want to hunt down the elite geniuses in the clan? It's over, it's over. Do you want your tribe to cause a terrible disaster? Junior brother, you might as well not explain. Lu Rang couldn't stand it anymore and said, the cow is the only one born, right? Don't worry, the quality of your meat will probably not meet our barbecue standards. Damn it, I was led astray, no matter what, just wait, we are going to your clan. Hearing this, Niu Dushan was even more heartbroken. Completely finished. Damn dog, aren't you planning to unleash a magical power that reaches the heavens and the earth? Wu Date looked at the black dog and said, hurry up and let's go find rare animals for Master. Black Dog said. You all, turn around. This Emperor's great supernatural power, which reaches the heaven and the earth, will never be allowed to be watched by others. It's serious. Seeing this, Lu Rang and Wu Date were both a little scared. They immediately turned around and turned their backs to the black dog. Niu Dushan and Ao Wushuan also turned their heads hastily, not daring to look at it. At this moment, behind them, the size of the black dog suddenly expanded hundreds of times. Like a heavenly dog that dominates the sky and the earth, it can swallow up the sky and the moon, and suck up the stars of eternity. The terrifying big black dog, its body can cover the sky and the sun. Then, it suddenly raised its hind legs. Then, peed. A terrifying waterfall poured down in an instant, falling on the ground, and instantly turned into a terrifying river. This river directly isolates the bone zone deep in the wilderness from the outside. At this moment, the terrifying avenue is born, and the breath of the holy path is surging. It seems that there is a way to quickly eliminate cause and effect. Then, the figure of the terrifying Tengu slowly recovered, and the big black dog appeared on the ground again. Those who secretly speculate on cause and effect should be able to see my masterpiece, and they will definitely be satisfied. Those people will probably be ecstatic and excited when they see this river. Black Dog feels extremely accomplished. The black dog raised his head proudly. However, the moment it raised its head, it saw Wu Date staring at it dumbfounded. The black dog simply froze. Just now, was I peeked at? At this moment, Black Dog felt like, I simply doubt the dog's sanity and humanity. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 279. Wu Date looked at the black dog. Black Dog looked at Wu Date. At this moment, Black Dog's eyes collapsed. Woof. Are you a human? The black dog felt so sad and angry that he opened his mouth and bit. Wu Date instantly screamed, ah, help. This time, the black dog really took the bait. There were horrible tooth marks on his butt. Lu Rang, on the other hand, subconsciously turned around and glanced at the surging river behind him. It actually blocked the way for those white-bone creatures to come out, and there seemed to be a mysterious aura tumbling. Just, this kind of breath. Vomit. Lu Rang immediately vomited, and he ran away. Xuanhuan and Niu Dushan looked at the river with shock in their eyes. What a strong aura of the Holy Way, and there is something that seems to be beyond the Holy Way. God, what a powerful handwriting this is. Aowu's eyes were red. This river is a supreme treasure. If it were taken to the outside world, I'm afraid even a drop would trigger a frenzy of looting by powerful people, right? Niu Dushan was in a daze for a moment and said. Let's go, quickly follow that powerful man from the mixed blood Tengu clan. If we offend him, we will be dead. Hearing this, Aowuan also looked regretful and reluctantly left the river. And at this moment, somewhere mysterious, in the secret palace of the celestial clan. Huh? I feel something. Suddenly, everyone present was surprised. The deduction has just begun. Why is there a response? It is obvious that all of them have been prepared to stay in seclusion for thousands of years, because facing that strange white mist, it may take thousands of years before they can find any clues. An old man suddenly became extremely excited, stood up directly, and said. I feel, such a strong yang energy. Only the 7 ancestor emperors of the human race can possess such a strong yang energy. I have found it. With my holy blood, I can see a moment of great opportunity. Everyone, please remember this picture. This old man walked out. He did not hesitate to sacrifice himself and burn the holy blood directly. Doing this might even make him transform into a Taoist being. Therefore, he specifically asked that he must cherish the pictures he exchanged for his life, as it would be possible to glimpse the truth of the opportunity. This is very likely to involve the rise and fall of their entire celestial race. Immediately, the holy blood burned. The 7 emperors picture has something to say. The blood of the saint turned into flames. In the flames, for a moment, many powerful men from the celestial race saw a picture. A big river flows in the wilderness. It exudes a hot smell. Yang energy. That river is filled with yang energy. Haha, Ji family, Ji Shui from Ji family. It must be the burial ground of Emperor Xuanhuan. Many strong men were ecstatic at this moment. Very good. The coordinates have been found, we can start preparing our clan's big plan. The Saint King above had a bright light in his eyes, as if he had seen through time and space, and said. Search for rare treasures all over the world to refine the Emperor's bones, gather the Emperor's blood, and condense the Emperor's flesh for the ancestor's remnant soul. And recently I saw this Jishui, Emperor Xuanhuan's imperial treasure, will become the ancestor's stepping stone. Ancestor, you must obtain the Yang Qi and achieve the fruit of godlessness. His words are so solemn. All the old men present were excited. In this life, God has really favored our clan. After waiting for more than 10 holy Dao eras, our clan is still one step behind. Haha, I actually found a river full of yang energy. What a blessing. Keep the secret, wait until the ancestor emperor's body is recast, and then go to this place to get that innate yang energy. They discussed it happily. At this moment, Lu Rang and others were finally far away from the depths of the wilderness. Lu Rang cursed as he ran. This big black dog is so damaged. Are you still planning to show your great supernatural power? It means peeing anywhere. So abominable. After a while, he finally ran out and saw the big black dog and Wu Dade. One person and one dog had returned to peace, but Wu Dade was spinning around in circles. Wu Dade looked puzzled and suspected that he was alive. What just happened? Damn dog, what did you do to me? Why can't I remember what just happened? But my butt hurts. Wu Dade looked at the black dog with an angry look. However, the black dog just looked at him coldly, his teeth chattering, and he was extremely cold. Lu Rang was a little scared when he saw this scene. Wu Dade, has his memory been cut off? This black dog is amazing. At this moment, the black dog turned to look at him. Lu Rang's heart suddenly tightened. Well, black dog, you are indeed powerful. I don't know where you got such a big river, and you cut off the way out of those bones alive. Sure enough, you really have great supernatural powers that reach the heavens and the earth. He looked serious, tried to show admiration, and extended his thumb towards the black dog. The black dog looked at Lu Rang doubtfully, and suddenly stared at the pot of grass in Lu Rang's hand. If the potted grass felt something, it actually nodded crazily at this moment, as if to say, Lu Rang is right. When Wu Dade saw this, he was even more confused. What the hell? Damn dog, what are your supernatural powers? Come and let me see the drill. He looked at the black dog with curiosity. The black dog almost raised his paw and slapped it away, but he still held it back and said proudly, "This Emperor's Taoism, you are not qualified to interfere with people's favor." Wu Dade looked at the black dog suspiciously, feeling that something was not right, and scratched his head. "Gentlemen, can we go?" At this time, Xuanhuan and Niu Dushan also walked out, extremely worried. Lu Rang and others looked at the two of them. "You can go, this cow stays." Wu Dade spoke to Xuanhuan. When Xuanhuan heard this, he was immediately excited. "Can you survive again? I am indeed a lucky person." He was extremely excited and said, "Thanks, thanks. Please rest assured, all great powers, I will never come here again. I will repent of my past mistakes. I will go far away from you. I will definitely stay far away from all you great powers." He never wanted to encounter this kind of thing again. It's so evil. Every time I am left alone, lonely. Then, Xuanhuan turned around and ran away. Niu Dushan looked at Xuanhuan, but he was speechless. "Damn it, when you came here, did you still tell yourself about this evil sect in the great northern wilderness?" Only then did he realize that the evil one was Xuanhuan. Beast. He couldn't bear it anymore. "Come back to the village with us." Lu Rang spoke immediately. They took Niu Dushan to the entrance of the village. Niu Dushan looked at the mountain village and was shocked. This village is very extraordinary. Why does it feel like it's more terrifying than the ancestral home of my own demonic cow clan? Could it be that this is the ancestral home of the hybrid Tengu clan? He trembled. Lu Rang and others took him a few steps forward. "No. Moo." Niu Dushan struggled to speak, and a huge pressure made him suddenly let out a cow cry, and then turned into a cow on the spot. This cow is very huge, like a small elephant, but it actually has gray scales growing on its body. Those scales are very hard, and the two horns have a silver luster. Huh? What's happening? Wu Dade was surprised. Black Dog said coldly, "Except for a few tribes, all the ancient tribes cannot maintain their human form when they arrive here." Wu Dade suddenly realized. And at this moment, at the entrance of the village, Uncle Zhao Er was leisurely drinking tea when he heard a cow braying outside. He immediately got up and looked outside. "Oh, Lu Rang, Dade, where did you get the cow?" Uncle Zhao Er was surprised. He walked forward, looked at it, and said, "This cow is not simple. It has scales on its body. This is the first time I have seen it. Could it be a monster?" As for Niu Dushan, he was even trembling when Uncle Zhao Er looked at him. What kind of existence is this? It makes him feel very scary. "Second uncle, this is the bison we found from outside." Lu Rang spoke and said, "Let's go back to the village and tell master. How about you help us look after this cow?" Uncle Zhao Er smiled and said, "It's a small matter, go ahead." "Thank you, second uncle." Lu Rang spoke, and then the two of them entered the village and went directly to the small courtyard. At the entrance of the village, Uncle Zhao walked around the cow, occasionally patting it, as if he was curious. Most of these cows can't plow the land, I don't know how they taste when they are killed and eaten as beef cattle. The second uncle murmured. Hearing this, Niu Dushan knelt down on the spot and fell to the ground in fear. Master, we are back. Outside the courtyard, Lu Rang knocked on the door. In the small courtyard, Li Fan was having nothing to do, studying gymnastics. Although the system told him that no matter what, he would almost never be able to break through to the second level of the qi refining stage by practicing gymnastics every day, but he felt that it still had some effect. The breath in the danshan will grow stronger, but very slowly. Seeing that Lu Rang and the others were back at this moment, Li Fan also smiled and said, "How's it going? Has the beast tide issue been dealt with?" Lu Rang stepped forward and said, "Master Qi, it's all done, thanks to Dehei." He looked complicated. Next to him, Wu Dade was completely frozen at this moment. The moment he entered the courtyard, all his memories were completed. He remembered the scene he saw deep in the mountains. At this moment, he was shocked again and looked at the black dog in disbelief. The black dog's scalp was numb and cold when he looked at it, so he quickly clamped his tail. When Li Fan heard this, he also nodded. It seemed that he was right to let them take the dog. After all, dogs are much better able to survive in the wild than humans. "What's wrong, master? You don't look good," Li Fan asked. Wu Dade had a complicated look on his face, gritted his teeth, but still did not complain, and said, "No, it's nothing. By the way, master, we brought some cat food for Xiaobai." He took out some dried meat from his arms. When Bai Xiaoqing saw this in Li Fan's arms, her cat's eyes suddenly lit up. "Meow, are there any snacks available?" Wu Dade sent it over. Li Fan also smiled and said, "Eat it if you like it." When Bai Xiaoqing heard this, she immediately grabbed the dried meat with her little paws and started enjoying it. Seeing this, the big black dog hurriedly stepped forward, wagging its tail, as if asking for credit. Xiaobai ate happily and casually patted the black dog's head with his paw. The black dog suddenly felt like a chicken. It was great. Sister Cat was so happy. It instantly felt like it was worth it. "By the way, master, we may have found a rare animal." At this moment, Lu Rang continued to speak. When Li Fan heard this, he immediately became energetic and said, "Oh? What rare animal?" Lu Rang said, "A kind of cow." "A kind of cow?" You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 280. A cow. Li Fan was also surprised. What kind of cow can be considered a rare animal? Could it be a white rhinoceros or something? Master Qi, we have only found clues about this kind of cow, but we haven't found a cow that finally meets the requirements. We are going to follow the clues to search. Can you please give me your opinion, master? Lu Rang asked. Li Fan nodded, "That's fine," and said, "Okay, you can work hard again. By the way, master, the book I gave you contains information about the habits of various cattle. You must be familiar with them. Some cattle are wild and difficult to tame." Li Fan reminded me again. Wu Dade nodded and said, "Master, don't worry. We must bring that cow back. By the way, master, I want to ask you, when? Wu Dade's eyes were full of eagerness. He was afraid that by going there, he would miss Li Fan's magical practice. Li Fan was confused. "What's wrong with Wu Dade? What do you want to ask, Li Fan couldn't help but ask. At this time, Zi Ling next to her took courage and said, Master, junior brother Dade must want to ask when will you get up again and move around. She is also looking forward to it. As long as the master practices that kind of path, they will be able to get a trace of sweat from master. When Li Fan heard this, he understood instantly. It turns out that these disciples like to watch themselves doing exercises. A bit of a strange hobby. However, he can understand that there is no such thing as gymnastics in this world. They have never seen it, so it is normal. Li Fan immediately smiled and said, What you do for your teacher is gymnastics. Hearing this, many disciples were confused. Gymnastics? What kind of supreme avenue is this? Unheard of, unseen. It's scary. We have no way of seeing master's great skills. Nanfan and others were filled with emotion. Listening to this name, it seems to be a supreme physical skill. Wu Dade was also excited. He was currently practicing physical skills. It would be great if his master could teach him this way. Other disciples are also full of yearning. Generally speaking, it is more appropriate to do things like exercise once a day in the morning and evening. If you like it, my teacher can take you to do exercises together in the future. Li Fan then spoke, Anyway, let's keep fit. It will be good for these disciples to do more activities and strengthen their physical fitness. Hearing this, a group of disciples were instantly overjoyed. A group of Li Fan's disciples were all excited at this moment. Master, can you actually teach me and others such a terrifying and supreme way of gymnastics? At this moment, everyone was very excited. That's great, Master, do you really want to take us to do exercises? Zi Ling's face was flushed with excitement, and she was so happy that she wanted to jump. Li Fan smiled, these stupid disciples really have never seen the world. Just doing gymnastics makes them so excited? But I also blame myself. I only pay attention to teaching them the corresponding skills on weekdays, but forget to help them develop morally, intellectually, physically, artistically, and physically. Well, I'll do it in the future. Of course, let's wait until Dade and the others come back. Li Fan spoke. There's no rush anyway, I'll teach you when everyone is here. Hearing this, Wu Dade and Lu Rang felt as if they had been injected with chicken blood. Master is clearly telling us that as long as we can complete the task, he will teach us the supreme way. Lu Rang clenched his fists. This was a test from his master. That cow is going to be decided. Come on, damn dog, hurry up, let's catch that cow back. Wu Dade couldn't wait any longer. Immediately, they said goodbye to Li Fan, then turned and left. Out of the small mountain village. Outside, Niu Dushan was trembling with fear, almost peeing out of fear. However, he was holding it in. Because if you dare to dirty the entrance of other people's villages, you may really be killed and eaten as beef cattle. Uncle Zhao was holding a walking stick and guarding the cow. He felt that this cow was so strange that it was probably a rare bison or something. But we can't let him go. Uncle Zhao, we are back. At this time, Wu Dade and Lu Rang came back. How about it, what does Xiao Li say, bake it or boil it? Uncle Zhao asked with some anticipation. Lu Rang. Niu Dushan. Wu Dade also looked complicated and said. Well, second uncle, this cow can't be eaten yet. We have to take it out first. Don't worry, we will definitely bring you some beef jerky back later, the hand-shredded kind, I guarantee your satisfaction. When Uncle Zhao heard this, he also smiled and said. Okay, let's talk about it later. It's just that this cow is of no use. I can't stand firmly. I'm afraid it might be sick. If I can't get rid of it, I think it's better to kill it and eat it. Don't waste it. Uncle Zhao pondered and spoke. Hearing this, Niu Dushan suddenly stood up and let out a long cow cry, as if to prove that he can still live. Uncle Zhao Er was shocked on the spot. Soon, Lu asked them to leave the small mountain village with Niu Dushan. After leaving, Niu Dushan finally returned to his human form, his face extremely pale. "Oh my God, I was walking through the gates of hell. My mentality is almost broken. Let's go, take us to your clan." Wu Dade speaks. Niu Dushan looked very hesitant. This would bring great disaster to his tribe. However, he had no choice. Had to lead the way. Half a day later. Ahead is the branch of our demonic cow clan in Lingbo City. They have entered Lingbo City in Qingyun Prefecture. Along the way, on the street, although the human race still occupies the mainstream, there are also some ancient races passing by. Now they were standing in front of a building. "Let's go in and have a look." Lu Rang immediately took the lead and stepped forward. "Who are you?" "Stop." The several demonic cow guards guarding the gate immediately shouted coldly. "Find the biggest cow here." Lu Rang smiled and spoke. Hearing this, several guards were furious. "Looking for death? Dare to run wild on our demonic cow clan's territory." Several guards immediately took action. Immediately launched the killing move. As an ancient saint, there are people who dare to provoke, and they are ready to kill them directly. However, upon seeing this, Lu Rang suddenly raised his hand. In an instant, invisible green blades of grass shot out. "Ah!" They suddenly screamed. This group of guards were all immortal and Hongmeng level, but they were instantly killed by Lu Rang, who was also Hongmeng level. Lu Rang directly broke through the mountain gate. "Who dares to come here to provoke?" In the demonic cow clan branch hall, the strong man roared. In an instant, dozens of powerful beings approached quickly. They immediately surrounded Lu Rang and others. There are 11 people in total, all of them are strong men in the middle and late stages of Pai Hai. It can be said to be very powerful. "Huh?" Niu is the only child. One of them, when he saw Niu Dushan, was suddenly surprised and said, "Why did you bring these despicable humans into our branch?" they asked. Seeing this, Niu Dushan immediately braced himself, stepped forward and said, "Everyone, hurry up, find the young cows in our clan and sacrifice them, don't resist." He directly persuaded him to surrender. Although anyone here is stronger than Niu Dushan. However, he understands that a single hair from the bastard dog can collapse the entire city. Hearing this, a group of strong men from the demonic cow clan instantly became angry. "You are so brave, Niu Dushan, how dare you betray the holy clan? You are really looking for death." At this moment, from behind, there was a loud shout. The person who came was a burly middle-aged man. He came with his hands behind his back and his eyes were cold. This person is the leader of the demon Niu tribe's branch in Lingbo City. Niu Dukan is a saint-level powerhouse. Those with saint-level powerhouses can already be called lord-level forces. In Lingbo City, Niu Dukan is a big boss. "I'll kill you today. Even if Niu Dushan of your lineage comes, he won't be able to say anything," Niu Dukan said coldly. Within the demon Niu clan, there is also intra-clan competition, and Niu Dushan's lineage is at odds with Niu Dukan's lineage. The strong man of Niu Dushan's lineage is named Niu Dushan. Tisk, tisk. At this time, Lu Rang stepped forward and said, "We just want to select a cow from your tribe and take it back to raise. There is no need to be so angry, right?" Hearing this, Niu Dukan became even more angry. This is a naked provocation to the ancient saints. "Kill them." He spoke directly. Fantasy, I'm really not an unparalleled expert. Author, Xuanhuan. Chapter 281. Niu Dukan gave the order, and immediately, many strong men took action. "Let me!" Wu Dade shouted, and he came directly to greet him. He directly used the body of the Hongmeng realm to resist the attack of the Holy Daopa high level. Ouch! Ah! Wu Dade let out a shrill scream, but there was actually a hint of excitement in the scream. He is absorbing these attacks and using them to practice. His body continued to glow. Be bold! Everyone roared. This fat man from the human race actually dared to use them to refine his body. The key is that the opponent's physical body is indeed very powerful. Hard to kill. In the sea opening realm, the terrifying attacks are like a massive one. Suddenly everything fell on Wu Dade. Wu Dade felt that his body had reached a limit. Just one step away. He is just one step away from successfully crossing that realm and becoming a saint-level powerhouse. Come again. Don't stop. Wu Dade shouted. A group of strong men from the Ox clan were even more furious at this moment. I want to see what you, a human ant, can do. Niudukan was completely angry, and he struck down with a palm. Holy seed. A trace of the holy way suddenly appeared, and in an instant, the surrounding space seemed to be distorted by it. You must know that in today's world, the immortal way is complete and the holy way still exists. Everything in the world has already undergone earth-shaking changes. In the past, Hongmen-level cultivators could be kings and destroy all realms with a single thought. However, under the current pressure of heaven and earth, Hongmen-level cultivators were unable to affect even an inch of space. But at this moment, the saint-level powerhouse affected the space. This blow made Wu Dade nervous. Very scary. Damn it, let's fight. He turned around suddenly and faced it with his butt. The saint-level strongman instantly hit him on the butt. The golden law shines brightly at this moment. Wu Dade, his aura suddenly changed. He finally crossed the boundary between Immortal Dao and Hongmeng. Became a saint-level powerhouse. The surrounding group of strong men from the demonic cow tribe were all shocked. Could they be those from the human race? They are famous for their body refinement and can compete with the ancient saints. A strong man spoke in shock. Among the human race, in addition to the Ji family, Zhang family, Qin family, and other 7 families, there are also some equally powerful forces. Among them are some ancient tribes, which are said to contain ancient body refining methods that are powerful enough to kill the ancient murderers. The fat man in front of me looks very much like him. I will kill you. Niudukan was angry. As a saint-level strongman, and even more so as a lord, how could he tolerate such a shame and humiliation? Do your best. Junior brother, it's my turn. At this time, Lu Rang suddenly came forward with a pot of grass in his hands. The terrifying blades of grass, like a divine sword, slashed towards Niudukan. Niudukan was very angry. He attacked with all his might. Kill. Others also take action. For a time, almost all the people in the demonic cow clan's branch took action. Attacks all over the sky were directed at Lu Rang. Lu Rang controlled the grass in his hand, showing a shocking murderous intention. As he fights against the enemy, a fine layer of soil is being refined at the roots of the grass. Lu Rang bravely stole it from Peach Tree. Gradually, the fine layer of soil was almost completely refined. A full blow. All the powerful men of the demonic cow clan were overwhelming. Suddenly, they worked together to summon a terrifying bull in the void. Gunyu raised its hoof and stepped suddenly towards Lu Rang, determined. And at this moment, I felt the terrifying pressure, and the peach root soil at the roots of the grass was absorbed in an instant. The smell of this grass suddenly changed. Holy way. In an instant, the golden aura of the holy path filled every blade of grass. Lu Rang even screamed. With this move, you can feed the cows to eat grass. Lu Rang shouted. The blades of grass are like swords, and thousands of swords are unleashed. At this moment, he actually directly shook the bull. Boom. Lu Rang was blown away and took dozens of steps back. Even if he breaks through the realm, he is only in the realm of Saint Yin after all, and the opponent is a saint-level powerhouse, plus a dozen or so Pikai. But despite this, Niudukan and others' faces turned pale at this moment. You have broken through to the realm of Saint Yin. These cows are of little value to you. Wow, they can be made into beef jerky. The big black dog suddenly spoke. He raised his paw, and in an instant, the Gunnyu summoned by Niudukan and others in the air exploded with all their strength. And a group of strong men from the demonic cow tribe fell to the ground one after another, their expressions changed horribly, and they transformed into their prototypes. A group of cows fell to the ground and screamed. Contact the clan. Saint-level Niudukan, using all his strength, suddenly crushed a jade talisman and sent out a message. And at this moment, in a big mountain, the palaces here are quite tall, and there are green grass and other things growing in the forests and on the ground. Demonic Cow Mountains. This is the territory of the Demonic Cow clan. You guys, train for me. How can you conquer all races if you can't even practice the Bull Demon Fist well? Only by practicing the Ox Demon Fist to the extreme can you possibly inspire your bloodline to return to your ancestors. In an open space on the edge of a river valley, a burly middle-aged man, with his hands behind his back, was staring at a group of young people. Uncle Dushan, but we can't get the best Tianza level spiritual grass. We don't have the resources. No matter how we practice, we can't catch up with the main line. A young man spoke weakly. Niu Dushan immediately scolded. What do you know? Can someone who relies on resources be considered a true genius? Those in the main vein are all fed by spiritual grass. As long as you work hard, you will have a chance to become a candidate for the Holy Sun like Niu Yuan from our lineage. Niu Yuan is Niu Dushan's nephew and the strongest of the young generation in their lineage. A group of young people continued to practice boxing. Niu Dushan turned back and looked upstream of the river. This river flows from the Demon Cow Mountain of their Demon Cow clan. The source of their clan's holy path is in Demonic Cow Mountain. The closer to the river section of Demonic Cow Mountain, the more spiritual charm of the holy path is contained in the spiritual grass growing around it. However, because their status in the clan is not high, they can only get the watershed in this area. At most, it can only produce earth-level spiritual grass. And the river section occupied by the main vein can produce heaven-level output. Niu Dushan felt a little angry when he thought of this. A bunch of awesome people. If our ancestors hadn't covered the retreat and left the coordinates, our clan wouldn't have been able to escape. But when they came back, they gave us this kind of treatment. He clenched his fists. At this moment, inside the valley, there is a huge stone palace. No, my tribe's branch in Lingbo City was attacked. An old strong man suddenly spoke. Suddenly, there was a commotion in the mountains. The elders almost immediately gathered for discussion. Pass on Niu Dushan. Immediately afterwards, an angry roar came out. Niu Dushan, who was teaching Niu Makwan to his disciples by the Mo Niu River, was also startled. He immediately rushed towards the main hall. Enter the main hall. The expressions on the faces of the elders Dale in the main hall were very ugly. People of your lineage do good things. An elder stood up directly and said, Niu Dushan, a despicable person, betrayed the ethnic group and led the human race to attack our branch in Lingbo City. This elder's name is Niu Phoebe, which is full of anger. Hearing this, Niu Dushan suddenly said coldly. I know what kind of person Niu Dushan is, but the matter has not been clarified. What are you doing here, old banger? Want to fight? Come and practice. Hearing this, a group of elders frowned. Niu Phoebe was so angry that his body was shaking. You, I am an elder. Niu Phoebe was extremely angry, but he didn't dare to fight. Niu Dushan is a lunatic in the clan. On weekdays, whenever someone of his lineage is bullied, he will fight tooth and nail. The key is that this madman is very powerful. Compared to some elders in the main lineage, he is not even inferior. Enough. At this time, the old man in green robe sitting at the top spoke coldly. Niu Dushan, since you don't believe it, then go and have a look with Elder Niu Phoebe. I'll give you this chance to find out the truth. If it is true that Niu Dushan betrayed the sect, then you will also be responsible. This green-robed old man is Niu Feking, the great elder of the demon Niu clan. I'll find out. Niu Dushan turned around and left. The other elders also dispersed. When everyone left, great elder Niu Feking suddenly looked at Niu Phoebe. If you have the chance, don't let this mad cow stay in the clan. Put this warhammer away. He gave Niu Phoebe a golden warhammer. Niu Phoebe was instantly excited. This golden warhammer is vaguely close to a high-level artifact. Killing a Niu Dushan is so easy. Soon, Niu Phoebe also left the sect. The two of them headed directly towards Lingbo City. At this moment, in Lingbo City. Well, the meat of these cows is quite firm. Sister Cat must like this chewy snack. Black Dog was directing Lu Rang and Wu Dade to cut the meat from the cows. A group of cows howled after being cut. Niu Dushan looked at the scene with complicated expressions. However, he felt vaguely relieved. Their lineage was often suppressed by the main lineage, otherwise, he would not have been reduced to the most remote small town. Who dares to run wild on the territory of my demonic cow clan? A loud shout came suddenly. I saw an old man and a burly middle-aged man walking up to the sky. There are many strong men behind them.